to Herstory, or I should say her mystery, because very little is known about this week's guest aside from her penchant for needles. Gotcha! I wasn't talking about those kinds of needles. Although with that many tattoos, you might make assumptions. This, ladies and ladies, is Maud Wagner, America's first prominent female tattoo artist. Your picture portrait has been circulated around the internet quite a lot, and while we don't know much about your biography, we do know what you looked like. Would you mind doing the pose for us, that iconic portrait pose that you did, and we can put it up next to the real portrait pose and see how the two match up? Maud, you don't have to keep posing. Just relax. Mi casa es su casa. Now, Maud, your tattoos are almost a love story, because what we do know about you is that it was your husband, Gus, who first piqued your interest in the needle arts. Not to be confused with needlework. That's just the way I like to say tattooing. That just seems a little bit nicer than saying, well, you got really into ink. Tell us how you met Gus. Okay, I'm getting the sense that you are the quiet type. Spoiler alert, I went ahead and Googled you before you came over and found out that you and Gus actually met in 1907 at the St. Louis World Fair. And Gus had already made a name for himself tattooing. And Gus said, oh honey, why don't you go out on a date with me, a pretty fine gal. You said, oh no, my mama didn't raise no fool. I'm not going out with some man named Gus who's got tattoos on his arms. And he proceeded to go, and you said no, and he said, then you struck a compromise. You said to old Gus, you said, Gus, I'll go out with you, no smooches guaranteed, if you teach me how to tattoo. And the rest is history. You got all tatted up and started tatting other people up too. I'm gonna go ahead and assume from that look on your face you mean yes 1,000 times yes. You are also an aerialist and contortionist, and I can only imagine that maybe those were two other reasons why Gus asked you on a date. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Flexibility! Gus was a stick in the mud because he was an expert in hand poke tattoos, and that is the kind of tattoos that he taught you, wherein you take a needle, stick it in some ink, and then jab your skin with it, which sounds incredibly painful. More painful than my entire high school existence. I still have flashbacks of that cafeteria. On a lighter note, awkward, do you have a favorite tattoo that you can show us? I'm gonna just assume that that means you love all of them equally. Your daughter, let me see if I get this name right, Lativa. That sounds like some kind of antidepressant that you see an ad for on television these days. Lativa? Anywho, Lativa became a prominent tattoo artist under yours and Gus's tutelage, but interestingly enough, her skin unblemished by ink. Once you gave her the go-ahead to get tattooed, Gus was dead, and Lativa didn't want to get inked by anyone else. So the internet told me. You know, Maud, I'm thinking about maybe getting a tattoo myself. The bust of Gloria Steinem on my lower back. That'll bring all the boys to the yard. Maud, is there anything at all that I haven't brought up that you want to add about your very slim biography? I mean, we know that you really rose to prominence. You like the hand-poking tattoos. You had the daughter. You have the husband. You can put your legs over your head in pretzel formation because you're a contortionist, which is... I'm getting mental imagery. Just whisper something in my ear. Someone likes garlic and onions. Well, Maud, thank you so much for coming on Herstory. You have been... well, you've been a guest. If I ever want to get myself tattooed, I'm gonna call you. Oh wait, no, you do that hand poking thing. No, I'm no sadist. I'll just get some henna, call it a day. Well, that's all for Herstory. More like today, worstory, 'cause she didn't talk at all. Oh. God, holding that pose is a nightmare.